All right, so I wanted to give you a few examples of what I had done with a Sharpie here. And the idea is just simple shapes and going through and doing at least a little bit of repetition. So you know that this is going to be a logo in the top left. So if you see that in other areas, you kind of have an idea of what the logo is going to look like. If it's a three-line menu, it'd be like a drop-down menu or a slide-in menu. And then maybe the navigation is actually just listed up top. Squiggly lines would be headings, and straight lines are going to be paragraph text. I've got a box that has an X in it for an image. A video has a triangle inside. Buttons are rectangles, and circle, could basically be whatever you want it to be inside, but that's an image of somebody. I just did a quick little drawing of a woman. And then you might volley the image back and forth on the page, kind of in a zebra effect of going white, black, or just this version, next version, this first version again. Call to action, a map area, loading, just showing and thinking of what it might be like. And then you might even do something abstract where you've got an angled line and try to figure out how you might do that in CSS and how other people might have done it if you've seen it on other websites or other apps. So on the computer here, I've got a few examples. So I think it's good to give a little bit of context. A little bit of text goes a long way. So it's really hard to read. I just did this very quickly, but company name here at the top, color palette, and then this is going to be a list of color palettes. So I would do a hexagon for the color. So I'd fill this in with the color I wanted to show. I'd say the color name, and then I'd give a hexadecimal color here, maybe with a little description. And so we were going to show the client a color palette that we were going to use on their site or on their branding, and then this would be a cool way to get that to them and just hopefully communicate why we chose those colors. And so the idea is just really quick, just to sketch it out that there might be multiple colors, and then only had to show a few examples to really get the idea out of my head and share with the team. And so you might do like a landing page showing graphs, and I threw a little color in here just to show that the graph would be half full and what the call to action might be. Here's an about page with the navigation in dotted lines to the right, so when they click on menu, this whole menu is going to slide in left. You can see how I can just explain this. It doesn't take a whole lot to get the idea across. Here's an app I was working on, just really showing you some quick examples, and another app is an iOS app. Just very minimal. And a one-page site had a form, and I put some color on the call to action areas, the things we wanted them to do. And then there's the app again, iOS app, and then a home page. So sometimes you might use some shading on some of the elements, did the green for the call to action areas again. So there's a little bit of repetition, so if I go across other sites, you'll see those kind of things in other sketches. So if you have any repetition in your sketches, other people will understand what the next sketch is supposed to be based on how you drew the logo or how you did a quote, like I've got the quote marks here. Anyways, hope this helps, and good luck on your project.